I didn't think there would be this much metal. I mean, I guess there's not a ton, but there's two pretty serious metal songs.
There's two. I mean, it's more than I thought there'd be, but it's not too much. It's one of them is Forever Long, so that's as a percentage of the mixtape, it's 100% almost.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I was stoked on. I'm stoked that there's some. I always like a mixtape where there's something I don't know because I like to discover stuff. Right, that's kind of the purpose of a mixtape. So I'm stoked. There's a few things on here I'm not really aware of. A couple. Well, the Empire, I Was a Lonely Estate song. I'm not aware of that at all. I wasn't into older In Flames, so I don't know Pinball Map. And, well, really just those two. I don't know the Circa Survive song, but I don't like Circa Survive. So that's just I'm not into them, but that's my age probably more than anything else. I'm not into it. But I was also excited to hear a couple of these picks on here, man. Like, I don't know, that Mumford & Sons song that you picked, The Cave.
There was a lot of shit on here that was fall appropriate and exciting again. It's like, oh, fuck, I haven't listened to that in a while. I'm so happy to have that back. Or like, something along those lines.
I agree. And like, I think I asked the question on the episode and it was too big of a question to ask, which is just like, why do these feel like fall? But I think what I was getting at is that more so than other seasons, it's the emotion behind the song that resonates in a lot of this stuff for fall. Whereas I think it's the vibe of the song with some other seasons. And I think those are both valid, but different things. Does that make sense? It's almost like an internal emotion with the fall stuff, but summer is like, it's a vibe. I want to roll my windows down. I want to blast it, or I want to go to a cookout. It's got a vibe to it. That's awesome. But fall it's a little more introspective. Maybe it's a little more like emotional.
You said it right. There's more emotion. There's more emotion for sure.
It's a transitional season. That's probably what it is, right? It feels very like, I don't know. But
you're kind of pushed inside. I want, like, you talked about partnering up, and I wonder how much more time you spend alone in fall because you're going out into public less because it's cold. And I wonder if that's where the emotionality of some of it comes from. Jesus, this is getting heavy.
Well, I think, I mean, from a like human standpoint, I think that's typically true. I don't know that that's true for me personally, actually, but I'm a weirdo. Like, I actually don't like the heat of the summer. It makes me want to stay inside. Fall, I go outside more in the fall, but we're Midwest guys, so But I do understand the idea of like coupling up for the cold months where you're going to be cuffing, but like the idea of like wanting somebody to like hang out inside on a cold day and cuddle up with and watch some TV or do whatever. Like, that makes perfect sense to me. But I don't know that I've ever gone through that myself, but it does make sense. And that's the reason I brought up is that song feels like it was almost written about that. And I get it, but
yeah, absolutely.
Cody he's too humble to have thrown his name in the ring for this episode.
Yeah.
But I heard from like 4 different people that he wanted to do this episode. Like, he was so excited to do fall.
It was a no-brainer. I mean, I would have loved to have seen the whole list. Like, I want to get a hold of his whole list and see what's on there. I'm going to make him build his whole list into a playlist and share it because I want to listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes it. He gives. I think a lot of what he listens to just makes sense for this playlist. So I agree. I think I would imagine his whole playlist is a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of emo on it, which is interesting because he didn't really pick, maybe one really emo song on here. But he did text me earlier. He's like, I got to be careful to not make this all emo. And I was like, you do whatever you want, dude. But
yeah, totally.
It
could have gone in that direction easily. Because again, it all feels very fall.
As a genre, I mean, back to what we just said about the emotion shit. Like, emo does typically feel a little more fall than any other season in general. So
yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, another good one, buddy.
My sister just texted me, and so let's say this on air.
Yeah,
air, so to speak.
On air, sure.
Because she just had the baby, so she's off work, and so she's a teacher, so she never gets time off.
Does she still think I'm mean to you?
No, I don't think so. I think you've cleared the air there.
All right, I hope so.
But she's hardly taken a sick day in the last
Yeah.
like fucking 6 years. Like she's like one of those overly committed teachers that's underpaid
Yeah.
and underfunded and everything. But she's home
Underappreciated.
now with the baby, and she texted me. She was like, "I need TV shows to watch,"
Oh,
and I've
hell
got
yeah.
like 5 in here for her. But if you want to
Okay.
give my sister any TV show recommendations,
If she's got Max, she needs to do the Newsroom.
okay.
Have you watched that?
Nope, but I have
Okay.
Max.
Okay, you should watch the Newsroom tonight.
What is it like?
Okay,
Is
so
it
it's
like
kind of
what was that new show or sports radio? Do you remember that show?
I don't remember that
Sports
show,
radio.
but that does sound familiar. All right, so the Newsroom is about a fictional news station that in the show is doing real current events that are happening in the news. So like and Jeff Daniels is like this news broadcaster
Ooh, I like Jeff
that
Daniels.
is trying to be loved by the audience, and it's like his conflict in being loved by the audience versus doing what's right for the news, like wanting to do news for what the right reasons versus doing news for entertainment reasons. He's kind of conflicted with that. It's pretty heavy, but there's some really good love stories like in the background that are going on. It is 2.5 seasons. I want to say it's a total of maybe 20 episodes, but they're hour long. It's the best show I've ever watched, hands down, bar none. Nothing else comes close. Ever.
Like better than Breaking Bad, better than The Wire.
In my opinion, yes, because like it's. I just love the approach. It's an Aaron Sorkin show. He did The West Wing.
Oh yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Does he do Veep too?
I don't
Or
think
no?
so. Veep is a comedy.
Okay.
I think Aaron Sorkin does more dramas. This is kind of like a drama. It's the best show I've ever seen. Like you have seen the clip of Jeff Daniels talking about why America isn't the greatest country in the
Yep.
world anymore.
Yep.
That's from this show.
Oh, that's from this show. So it's not
Yeah.
like a now show.
No. 2010, 2011.
Oh, I have seen that clip. It's a great clip.
Yep. That's what kicks off the show. That's how the show starts.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. So speaking of, and I'm going to send this to my sister. I'm not sure if she'll like it or not, but there's another HBO original, so it's on Max. It's a British show though, called The Franchise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's new.
And it's new. It was brand new. Like it's like episode 5 came out yesterday, I think.
Okay.
It's so funny, but like it's like it's not mockumentary. It's more like behind the scenes style.
Yeah, kind of like Best in Show.
And very dry humor. Like I find it very funny, but there's no outward jokes. But the idea is that
I love the main guy. The main guy is the dude from Yesterday.
Yep, and he's so good. And the girl in it is from the British version of Ghosts, and it's also got what's that fucking guy's name? One of the other main actors is really famous. It's great. It's a bunch of really awesome, famous British actors, but it's basically they are the film crew of a Marvel style movie, right? So it's all this like big budget, high end superhero movie, but it's the actual like second and third assistant director and the costume people and dealing with the actors and the producer from the studio. So it's this behind the scenes like documentary thing. Really funny, really well done. I'm excited
to check it out. Aya Cash is the main girl, or she's the second one on the list. She is in the Newsroom.
Is she? There you go.
For like a couple episodes, she plays a character called Shelley Wexler. It's creepy that I know her name, but that's how many times I've watched the Newsroom, is that I call like sub characters of the show. All right, I'm excited to check out the franchise. And then have her watch Superstore if she hasn't watched that one already.
Yeah, Superstore's great.
Super fun,
great,
super effortless.
Did you like Community?
Oh God, yeah.
Have you watched his new show, Animal Control?
No, how is it?
It's surprisingly good. It's a really stupid premise for like mainstream network television, but actually really fucking funny. It's an animal control office.
Yeah. Joe
and
McHale's
the bullshit
funny
they
dude.
Deal with. He's funny, but the rest of the cast is really good too.
Okay,
they did a great job. So, all right, dude. Well, good TV recommendations.
Yeah,
good fall episode.
Yeah, for sure. Stoked to have Cody back. Stoked for a couple of episodes coming up. We got a big one. So
a couple episodes coming up. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
All right, man.
Thanks, dude.
Have a good night. Bye.
You too.